which means it's almost Friday, which means it's almost the weekend in my mind. Off and off a day. So we have 16 days until Christmas Eve and 13 days till we get out of school.
Where do I begin with today? On a typical school day, my mom normally comes in and wakes me up about 7. I get ready and we leave the house by 7:15 or 7:20 because my little sister is in orchestra and special choir and all these other extracurricular activities that meet before school, and so we have to be there at least by 7:30. So I thought it would just be a normal day, but today I didn't get woken up till almost 7:10 because apparently my parents' alarm didn't go off, and I thought that was kind of odd, but I just sort of got up and got ready, and that's why there wasn't a whole lot of vlogging this morning, because I was rushing, trying not to make my little sister late to singers. But then I got to school and everybody was talking about the power outage because apparently there was a power outage in our city for about 3 hours this morning that I completely slept through. I didn't know it existed or it was a thing at all. Everybody was saying how they woke up and they couldn't go back to sleep, and so they were super tired because they'd stayed up all that time, and how scary it was because there was no light at all and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, I have no idea what you're talking about. I slept soundly in my bed from when I went to bed till when I got up and didn't know it happened at all. But that was cool. And then the day was pretty normal until I got to 5th hour. And by the time I got to 5th hour, I was actually kind of happy. I was like, you know what? It's Thursday, which means it's almost Friday, which means it's almost the weekend, and I don't have a whole lot of homework. And the day was going pretty quickly. I thought, what a great day. It's gonna be great. Wow. But then I get to band, and band is our lunch hour, and we're at our lunch period is at the beginning of class, so we go to band, we drop off our stuff, and then we go to the cafeteria. And today I was toward the end of the lunch line because I'm coming all the way from social studies, which is almost as far away as you can get from the band room, but not quite, so I have to really book it to get to band on time. But I was toward the end of the lunch line, and I thought, okay, cool, no big deal. So I get my Crispitos, which I'll try to see if I can find a picture, but they're sort of like tortillas, except they're like, I don't know, they're really hard to explain, and they're filled with like spicy meat, and they're not my favorite things ever, but they're okay. And then I had some salad and some fruit with juice and a cookie, and I don't know what all else. Oh, I had like some salsa and cream cheese, sour cream to go on my Crispito. And so you get your main course, and then you go through a little buffet line, and you can put all this salad and stuff on your plate, and then you give your ID to the secretary, they swipe it, and then you're off on your merry way. Except you have to grab like silverware, because silverware is not in the buffet line. So I was grabbing some silverware, was going to go sit down at my table, and then this guy comes and bumps into me, and it's not like a little bump, like he bumped into me so hard that my food literally went onto me. My Crispitos fell on the floor, and my ranch dressing got all over me, and everything was all mixed up. And if you don't believe me, I actually have stains on my pants from all of my food. So somebody told me that if I wanted to, I could go back in line and they would give me a second meal for free, but we only have 20 minutes for lunch, and since I was already at the back of the line, I only had 13 minutes of lunch left. And there were all of these other classes, so if I would have gone back in line, by the time I would get back to my seat and actually start eating, I'd have like 5 minutes left. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just eat the mumbled mess that is my lunch tray and just eat it and get it over with. And so then I go to band, and in band, my saxophone was not wanting to cooperate. Like, you know how I played saxophone yesterday? So when I was putting on my neck piece, it would always, this is like the part, so this is the part where the octave key attaches to, and so it jumps the notes by an octave, and whenever I would put it on, it would already be raised, and so it's supposed to be like that, but instead it was like that, and I couldn't get it to stay where it was supposed to be for the life of me, and so I talked to my band teacher, and apparently it was bent out of shape, and so she had to reshape it, and then it worked okay. But as I was reattaching this to the rest of my saxophone, I put my mouthpiece on my stand so that I wouldn't have to worry about that, because I didn't want to put it on the floor because then people could step on it. So I put it on my stand, and I was attaching this part to the rest of my saxophone, and then one of my friends came by and somebody tripped her, and she grab my stand so that she wouldn't faceplant, and it ended up knocking my mouthpiece off of my stand and giving it that nice, lovely chip you see there. But the story doesn't end there, because since my mouthpiece was chipped and this thing wasn't working, I could only play the lower octave of music, and every time I went up into the upper octave, it got all high and squeaky and sounded horrible. So I'm normally first chair alto saxophone, which means that I play first part, and then my friend Hope plays the second part. But since I couldn't play any of the higher notes, we ended up switching music today, and she ended up playing the first alto part, and I played the second part. So that was interesting. Oh, and there was just another wonderful thing that happened to me today. So I came home from school and was thinking, okay, well today really wasn't the greatest of days, but I'll just get my homework done, do some filming, watch some Christmas movies, chillax, take it cool, it'll all be great. And then I look at my email, and I have an email from YouTube saying that somebody has filed a copyright claim on my last Vlogmas video. So basically what a copyright claim is if you use somebody else's copyrighted material in your video without permission, they'll give you a copyright claim and all this stuff. And what really confused me is that honestly, the only thing that I changed between, well, I guess the video itself, but the only thing editing-wise that I changed between yesterday's video and the day before that was that little opening slide. That opening slide was the only thing I changed, because to keep editing simpler, I use the same music for all of my vlogs. Like, I will put it up there. It is the Jingle Bell instrumental, which is from YouTube's audio library, which gives me permission to use that song in my videos. And I googled that company that is copyright claiming me, or whatever you call it, and it's like an audio company. And so they must have some problem with my audio, and I'm not exactly sure why it would be my Jingle Bell instrumental. And the only other thing I can think of is that they had some problem with me playing Let It Snow in my last video. But, you know, I'm not for sure on this. I'm still doing a lot of copyright infringement research. But I'm pretty sure that playing that song would fall under fair use. So I'm going to go and do some filming, and then do my homework and edit this and upload this. And I think I'll end the video here, even though it's only 5 o'clock, because this video is already going to be really long. But thank you for listening to all of my rambling. That is one thing I like about Vlogmas. I have a group of people to share my frustration with. But thank you for watching this video. Remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I'm trying to reach 300 subscribers by 2017, and I would really, really love it if I can make that goal. It would just warm my heart and heart. So that's about it for today, and until next time, bye!